This is a KGW News Special Edition.
The big day is here. This is the last day for the KGW Great Toy Drive, and this is basically the culmination. We are talking about the Parade of Toys. It is back. We asked you to donate to help kids get toys in our area, and you showed up in a huge way. Thousands of toys came into us and hundreds of our donation partners. We've got trucks lined up in front of our building on Southwest Jefferson to bring them all in. We're going to be following their work in this special hour-long edition of KGW News at noon. We'll have live coverage as the toys get delivered on their eventual journey out to spread some holiday cheer. But first, let's get to some news. We want to start things off this noon. The serial rapist known as the Jogger rapist has now been released from prison. Some people in Portland not happy about it. Thanks for joining us on KGW News at noon. I'm Christine Pitawanich. Richard Gilmore was released this morning. That prompted this group of protesters to hang flyers in Old Town this morning with details about Gilmore and his crimes. Gilmore confessed to assaulting 9 girls and women in the Portland area back in the 70s and 80s. He served 36 years in prison. He will initially go through transitional housing in the Old Town neighborhood. Gilmore will remain on post-prison supervision through 2034. And a Portland Police Bureau sergeant is charged with sex abuse after investigators say he grabbed a woman's groin and pulled her hair at a bar. This is video of Sergeant Dark Hull that Portland police posted back in 2011. He's a 23-year veteran assigned to the traffic division. Investigators say the alleged abuse happened on October 29th at Toby's Sports Pub in Southwest Portland. Washington County deputies spoke with the woman who was assaulted and witnesses. They also watched surveillance video. Hull has been on administrative leave since October 30th, but deputies didn't arrest him until last night. He's charged with third-degree sex abuse and harassment. The Police Bureau says there's also an internal affairs investigation underway. Meantime, Multnomah County commissioners unanimously voted in favor of a ban on selling flavored tobacco and nicotine products. It's set to start in January of 2024. The decision was made yesterday. Supporters say the goal is to keep tobacco away from kids and teens, but opponents worry about the impact on businesses. Washington County passed a similar ban last year, but a judge overturned it. The county is now appealing that decision. At that same meeting, Multnomah County commissioners also decided the city of Portland won't be getting millions of dollars for Mayor Ted Wheeler's plan to build 6 large homeless camps in the city. Commissioners voted to instead spend millions of dollars to keep thousands of people in their homes. Tim Gordon looked into what's next for the mayor and funding for his plan.
Well, it's possible. We'll have to see what the new county chair has in mind for 2023. But what we know now, the county has $28 million at the end of this year to fund homeless and housing assistance. And after a lot of discussion and some political jousting between the city and county, the board voted for rental assistance and not the mayor's camps.
A Multnomah County Commissioners meeting with a lot on the line. What to do with $28 million of unspent or over forecast revenue from Metro's voter-approved supportive housing assistance tax. Several weeks ago, we told you how Portland city leaders approved spending $27 million on 6 250-person homeless camps. The mayor saying the crisis on the streets required a bold plan. He also said Multnomah County needed to cough up $21 million to help out. Today, county leaders went a different direction, voting to spend $15 million to keep people on the edge in their homes. It also puts $1 million to other services designed to get people into housing more quickly, and puts the remaining $12 million away for next year. The vote followed several hours of staff reports and public testimony, most in favor of rental assistance for 3,400 at-risk people or households, and not for large sanctioned camps.
I'm here today to share a significant concern about any consideration for the city's encampment plans that we have heard over and over and over again. That is not what is appropriate.
So just as one citizen to another citizen and to a panel full of women that have a heart and compassion for the next human, we have got to stick to the programs that we know work.
but not all followed that line of thinking. Some saying outgoing Chair Deborah Kafori should have held off and let a new board decide the money's fate in January.
Perhaps the job should be for the county to work with the city to come up with something that is more acceptable to everybody. The status quo is not working.
Commissioner Myron?
Aye.
Commissioner Jayapal?
Aye.
Commissioner Vega-Peterson?
Aye.
Some commissioners said more collaboration is in order before voting unanimously for the rental assistance spending. And after the vote, a statement from Mayor Wheeler and Commissioner Dan Ryan said in part, "We are disappointed that the Multnomah County Board failed to fully fund our budget request for an initiative that has received overwhelming public support. Though our work continues. This is the right strategy for Portland, and we will continue working toward compassionate solutions." Incoming County Chair Jessica Vega-Peterson previously voiced support for the mayor's plan. Maybe that's for 2023. But on this vote,
I also want to clearly state that I am strongly supportive about the investments we're making today with these dollars. 15 million of which will go to rental assistance to keep individuals and families housed.
Again, there is $12 million left over that the board put to a contingency fund, and they also like to keep at least 10% in reserve with this type of funding. Tim Gordon, KGW News.
Okay, it is a day we look forward to every single year here at KGW. We are talking about the Parade of Toys. All of our community partners are lined up along Southwest Jefferson to drop off toys at the KGW studios. We've got our Drew Carney out there this afternoon. And Drew, it is time to start unloading all those toys.
Christine, it's not an overstatement. It really is one of the best days of the year every year here at KGW. We call it the Parade of Toys, so you know how this works. We have literally hundreds of partners around the community collecting toys for us for weeks, right, leading up to this day. Today is the day when all those community partners, small businesses, big businesses, schools, other organizations, this is the day when they bring your donations to our station so we can sort through all the toys and then redistribute them next week to local nonprofits. Now, I feel embarrassed sometimes talking about our toy drive because it is so awesome, but then I remember it's not just our toy drive. This is the toy drive of the community, and we have great community partners. We're going to point some of them out right here and right now. How about it for our friends from Toyota? Local Toyota dealerships on hand today. Ziply Fiber on board for the first time this year with the toy drive. Thank you, Ziply. And IQ Credit Union back again this year to support our KGW Great Toy Drive. So we have thousands of toys to go through today. We better get started with the first truck in line. I believe there may be a few toys on the other side of this door. There we go, gang! Start unloading and start the parade. Christine will have much more on this year's Parade of Toys coming up a little bit later here in the noon hour. For now, back to you.
Okay, sounds good, Drew. Look at that. So many people taking the toys off the truck. This is something that's going to be happening all afternoon long. So many toys to be had. Come into the KGW studios for our Parade of Toys.